Hi guys, a bit of context before the video starts. So in this video, me and Peter are going to have a conversation with a ChatGPT about some personal sensitive topics. It will tell us and reveal some things that is a bit more personal. ChatGPT will ask us 10 personal questions and it will reveal something at the very end for both of us. This whole video idea was found by a video on Instagram, and we will link the video in the description down below. If you want to do it yourself, be sure to be mentally prepared, because ChatGPT will figure out your deepest sides about yourself. Thank you and enjoy.
It's kind of cool to ignore.
My researching. Okay,
Yo,
copy paste.
why did you?
Shut up.
Can I ask a question?
No question here.
What? Did...
Okay. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, this encourages the powerful journey you're choosing to undertake. To face your inner truth, peel away your illusions, and reclaim your authentic self. It will walk you step by step to... Okay, whatever. Okay, let's begin with question 1. When do you feel most inauthentic or like you're performing rather than simply being? Describe a specific situation or role where this happens. Who you're with, what's at stake, and what you feel underneath. Okay, that's so specific because I don't remember. Inauthentic. Oh, when I just perform, but I'm not acting like myself?
Yeah, when you're putting on a mask, basically.
Oh my god.
When you are acting, you're performing.
Honestly, wait.
Wait, how often do you hang out with your ex?
Okay, just...
Why are you laughing so much?
Because I'm nervous. Oh my god, okay. Probably when I'm being...
When you're saying when you're with your ex,
Yes.
exes,
Yes. Oh. Okay.
plural, are you talking about like when you are with them like now,
Okay,
or when you were with them back then?
Oh, okay. I gotta fix my English here. When I was with...
But did you get my question?
Oh yeah. When I was like because like most cases when I'm with like the situations when I'm dating each and every of my exes like in the past, like the same thing I usually had to do is to act lovey-dovey, or being in a way forced to do something that I don't want to, but I have to still go along with it, you know what I mean? So it's like the will is not always there.
Yeah.
Pass. Because okay, because one of the relationships was a bit more toxicating than the other ones. Because the specific one that I'm talking about is very nasty in a way, like consistent arguments every twice a day or 3, manipulation, gaslighting, a lot of like forcing to do this and that, and and a lot of threats, tons of threats. Yeah.
You were threatening
And that was
each other.
Yes, actually, yes. But
Wow.
but because
It sounds like a very hectic relationship.
It was like a job. It felt like a job. But because the first time I ever met that person was like it was like them changing me to someone I'm not. I was never anything toxic. I was never like forcing them to do this and that. I was never like before I met them, I was nothing like toxic or anything until I was completely jealous, until I was very like possessive and like overprotective. That's like everything came from them. And
That's crazy.
it
May I
made
ask how long did you stay with that person?
a 1 year. I
One
1 year.
whole like
One whole year I
wow.
sacrificed so much and then they just threw me away. Anyways,
They threw you away in the end.
yes. And eventually it was like on and off relationship where they would come back and I would leave. And then I would come back and giving them the chance and then they would just break it and then yeah.
Wow.
And crazy thing is that it was after the relationship before I so that's and that was very recent because that was like all of that situation happened after Kwatohao. No, before Kwatohao. Yeah.
Before, yeah.
Before Kwatohao. And that was like 2 months after I broke up
That
with
is
that guy.
crazy.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
It's weird. It's weird.
You've had a very chaotic
Yeah,
time
right.
on the scene. Yeah, we can call it a scene. We can actually call it a scene because you were forming. You weren't being yourself.
Oh my god. And
What's the second question?
What version of yourself do you typically become in these relationships? What traits do you take on that are truly you? Maybe to gain approval, avoid rejection, maintain control, or avoid abandonment. Avoid abandonment. Rejection isn't really much there. Oh, maintain control.
Okay, so
Control for sure.
you're doing all these traits to avoid abandonment and maintain control.
Yes. Creates a false self, someone who performs instead of connects, who protects instead of receives. It's exhausting and deeply rooted in fear. That's oh god. What do you fear people? What do you fear people would see or reject if you showed up fully as your true self in a relationship? Oh.
That's such a good question, actually.
Oh my god. I feel like, okay, even if I do show my true self, I feel like I wouldn't be accepted. Is that just me? Because like
Okay, that's what is asking you, like, what part of you is it that you feel are not to be accepted?
Okay, because I doubt.
Since you feel this way.
Okay, I doubt that. I don't know because everything comes very online dating, right? So it's like whatever you send or receive as an image of or a selfie, people will like have like expectations of like, oh, you're like you look this cute, but then in reality, when you meet this person, like you're gonna like rate them from 1 to 10 and like judge them and whatnot and like see like, oh shit, they weren't the person that I really expected when I first met them online, you know? So it's like but also like
But there must be something something deeper, maybe you would call it something deeper than that. Since you say that you try to maintain control.
yes.
Right. How do you do that? How do you maintain control in a relationship? How do you do it?
Decisions making is very important in a relationship, especially the things that you like talk to your partner about. Like if it's like something that you're so insecure about and then you need an approval and like or like most cases just a reassurance, and so there's something like you expect from your partner to say a specific thing, and then I feel like that's part of like to maintain a control. Like you expect something, you want to feel like you have a control in this certain conversation that you're having with your partner. And so it's like if you're asking like, oh, like I don't feel so good, like I don't feel like I'm pretty or something like that, and then you tell that to your partner, and then they will say like, oh, but you are pretty, and they will like end up reassuring you and say that, oh, nothing's gonna be wrong, you're gonna do fine, this and this and that, right? And it's like a sense of expectation, but also like a control that you want your partner to fucking say specifically in order to be pleased. That's how I see it, but not enough, I guess. Well, actually, you know, the very first time I ever met one of my exes, there was like a weird feeling where I felt like I wasn't really being accepted, you know? Because like after 6 months of like just online dating and then first time meeting this person, I felt like they were like, in a sense, being a bit judgy. Maybe mostly just how I acted or like how I was in front of them.
Okay. Okay, so basically your personality.
Yes. And because like usually I'm not very like clingy type of a person. I wouldn't be so needy or anything like lovey-dovey in a sense. So it's like I think that's why they were like unsure whether they would like I don't know because I don't know. I feel like the expectations just fell off.
Okay, so maybe it's your okay, so your ex is having too high expectations and you not being able to live up to those. Is that it?
Yeah.
That they're expecting you to be that clingy, needy, you know?
Like they wanted me to listen more to them. They wanted me to be like very submissive or like obedient, to like care for their needs most case, and just like only have a focus on them. And like have in mind this person that I was dating was very like insecure about themselves, so it's like in most cases they needed reassurance a lot, like a lot of affirmations and stuff. And so I had to always be like out there and like keep reassuring and telling them that you're doing fine. And holy moly. Okay. Let's see. Thank you for this deep and raw reflection. You've touched the heart of crucial wound, being unseen, neglected, and emotionally manipulated, which shaped you into someone you're not, just to survive love that didn't nourish you. The mask you wore wasn't just for them, it became a shield for you, a shield that cost you your sense of worth. The book.
Is that true?
Yes. Because, okay, it makes sense. It genuinely makes sense because I did really put up a mask in so many situations that I had with this crazy person. When you think about who you were before that relationship, before you started dimming your light or adapting, who were you? What qualities did you naturally express that started to fade or disappear over time? Being kind. like genuinely, I felt like I was losing myself a lot. Like any time.
Can you try to describe to us how you were before that relationship?
I was very sincere, very very honest with a lot of things. I was always open to talk about emotions and talk to other people and socialize with other people. So that's that. I was very outgoing, and I was a little bit introverted, but in most cases I was very extroverted. But I was too naive, too naive with guys. No, the light was dim. Not because you were weak, but because you were too open in a wrong environment. You weren't wrong for being kind or expressive. You were just offering your heart to people who haven't earned the right to hold it. Oh my
Hmm.
god. What belief did you form about yourself because of those experiences, especially when you weren't seen, cared for, or valued? Complete the sentence. I learned that I am what I believed in.
No, like when people
What did they believe?
treated you badly. When no. Like people didn't care for you, right?
Yes.
They didn't make you feel seen, cared for, or that. Which beliefs did that create in you? Right? Which beliefs were formed from those experiences?
Beliefs.
Yeah, maybe you started believing that you were not worthy of um, of being cared for, something like that.
I never thought it like that, honestly. Like, I never thought of, like, what people.
You know, all those beliefs, like negative, let's say negative beliefs that you have of yourself, they they come from some may come from these experiences that you
But how.
with people like this.
Wait,
Let's say yet that you believe that you will never find somebody that will um,
oh, like.
like for example you'll never find someone that will love you the way you are. Belief that
Like,
possibly was formed from these experiences because you met assholes like
doubting
this.
myself, right?
Yeah, that can be a belief that you
How is that a belief?
believe that you can't.
You're
It's a
messing up.
belief.
You're messing up with my English or my brain right now. Like,
Let's say that you have a belief that you are not able to do things, able to accomplish
that
things.
that's
That's
just.
a belief.
How is that belief? That just makes me doubt myself. That's just doubting myself.
Yeah, but why is it that you doubt yourself? The reason why you doubt yourself is because you have created a belief about something,
Okay, but
right? You believe that you will fail in something, for example.
yeah, but okay. I mean, there was a case where I did doubt myself for not like I won't be able to like meet the right person for my future. That's the one thing I doubted myself a lot because every relationship that I went through, they always ended. The guy would always leave.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, the guy would always leave because I wouldn't give it like quotation mark give in much or like put in effort. But most cases it was just arguments and like difference opinion and shit. I don't fucking know. Okay, but it's
And
hard.
I'm very interested in those relationships because difference in opinions. Like I really can't imagine you being like having a fight, discuss something about something with anybody. Because I've never had a discussion with you.
Oh, okay.
We've always agreed on
Yeah, that's the thing.
basically everything. So
That's
it's very difficult for me to imagine.
Oh, okay. I see. Maybe that's why I've learned so much from my past relationship. That's why I've been like really agreeing on a lot of things as well.
Oh, so you're not showing your true self.
No.
Are you, Selena? Are you performing right now?
No. It's like I'm just scared to be very like opinion like with other people lately, specifically friends now. Now that I'm not in a relationship, I feel like a relationship and a friendship could be the same, but at the same time, specifically with like like topics or opinions or things that to talk about. Like, oh my god, recently, right? Me and my friends, the little group friend that I have with my two other girls. I don't know if they're gonna watch this video, but they are probably. But there has been too much conflicts between me and the girls, right? They always like overthink about a lot of things, and they don't fall back on the thoughts that they put in their minds that they overreact over or like overthink about. And so I would be the one like trying to diffuse the situation, right? Because I don't want us to like argue or anything or like think a second about each other. So I would always be the one that agreeing on a lot of things, and as well try to reassure my friends that everything will be fine. We will stick together. We've been friends for so long. There's no need to like overthink or whatever, you know. So it's like because I'm scared that a friendship could turn into a toxic relationship. Even if it's just two friends being friends, you know? Because, like, anything you say can turn into an argument if you see it very differently. And I'm scared to see things differently towards the others. Like, I don't want to have so much misunderstanding as any relationship that I went through. And so it gave me a lot of reflecting to do, that being indifferent about most topics that you talk about or have with one another can be too much, to the point you just ghost or like give up, just like any other guys that I went through, you know.
Okay, we have tried to have a lot of discussions, right? Have you ever like agreed on something I have said that you didn't really agree on to avoid conflict?
Maybe. I don't remember though, but
Maybe.
okay, it depends what it is. If it's like if it's like something very serious and you expect an opinion of me on it, like, or like I don't know. I don't know. It could be anything, honestly, but like it's hard to say. That belief is like a curse disguised as a lesson. In order to be loved, I must abandon myself. What? Whoa! 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 Wow. Oh my god. Right. I had to be like someone else in order to be liked by my partner. Like I had to,
Yeah.
oh my god, I had to pick up some crazy habits in order for them to like enjoy my presence or whatever. What the fuck? You internalize deception, not just from others, but eventually toward yourself. This kind of self-betrayal runs deep, but naming it is how you break it. Let's keep peeling back the layers. Who taught you, either directly or indirectly, that love means pain, proving your worth, or sacrificing your truth? This could be a person, a dynamic, or even a cultural/family belief. Be honest, even if it feels hard. Like how I figured out that love comes with pain. Oh,
Yeah.
oh my god. Okay. Okay. Context. When I was... Okay, this was in 10th grade. 10th grade. My ever first time dating. It was online dating, and this guy was from... He was half Japanese and half British. I dated this guy for just like briefly, I think, to 3 to 4 weeks or 5 weeks, until he dumped me for some other Asian girl that I found out after 2 days. And that was like, that is something I ended up learning, that I wasn't doing enough in order to please this guy that I was dating back then, because I realized that I was being too shy. I wasn't being too talkative. Like I was so shy to the point I wouldn't be so open or like myself, because I wasn't sure how I was supposed to like act as the girlfriend role. And so a lot of things back then when I was with that guy for the first, like dating that guy for the first time, was very, very like I felt like I wasn't myself. That's the thing. So,
That's a good reply. But so what you're trying to say is that this is where
like
all
this is where I ended up understanding and learning that love always comes with pain, and that I had to do something in order to prove my worth, and I had to sacrifice a lot of things in order to keep someone beside me. And back then I didn't do much. I felt like I was,
it made you realize
Yeah.
that being in a relationship is a job.
yeah,
It's
like
a
I had
full-time job.
I had to put a lot into that relationship, and I didn't do that back then.
Work and effort.
Yeah, and that's why he left, because he didn't see any interesting that was happening in the relationship. And so he disappeared. Like we talked like on messages we talked a lot, like day after day. But once we started calling for the first time, it was freaking awkward. It was like a needle sticking into your heart every second that you're trying to say a word. That was that painful. Like the awkwardness was like building every damn step, and it felt so suffocating. I hated it.
Sounds great.
I still hate the guy though. He's a bitch. He fucking left me just because of some other chick, bro. I could you not.
That's crazy. Don't that
What? What did you say?
that don't become like that.
I'm not. I never did. After months and months, I did find someone else, but that's a different story. He was sus, bro. What the fuck?
And shoot, after you also found someone else.
Just like I tried to get over this guy, so I think it took me some few years, but just like a year or something. And then I did find someone else, but that was also online, so that was also like an issue, because I kept finding someone online like all the time.
Kept repeating the story.
Yeah, I kept repeating the cycle, and I never got out of it until I turned fucking 2019 until, or 17 or 16, I don't fucking know, but yeah. But I was wait, how old are you if you're in 10th grade? 16, right? Or 15?
Yeah.
Around there, because the guy I was dating was 17, so he was almost 18. So I was close to capture a predator, bro. Anyway, okay. What you described is your origin wound in love. The place where the innocence met betrayal. You were open, genuine, and learning. Instead of being held gently in that space, you were discarded. And worse, made to feel like it was just fault for not doing enough. That's when the lie was born. I must sacrifice myself to be loved. If I'm not chosen. Oh god, sorry. I must not be enough. Jesus Christ.
You're doing good.
Oh god, okay. How do you act when you're not, when you're trying to prove your worth in a relationship or friendship? Lies the specific behaviors you notice.
List.
Oh, list. Okay, so
You have to make a list.
even if they feel embarrassing, these are the masks you wear. How do you act when you're trying to prove your worth? Actions? Oh. I don't know. I don't, because sometimes actually in most cases I don't really, I can't tell when I do prove something, you know, like to prove my worth to someone, or because most cases I feel like I don't need to do that, because who gives a fuck? Like, if you don't care about me, you don't care about me, like, you know? You become a pleaser with a leash. What the fuck? What the fuck? Does that even... Hello? Threaded to their approval. It makes me sound like a dog. Hello?
Well, you are at least wearing a dog, aren't you?
Oh my god. Oh my god. You made promises and carried burdens just to be kept. It actually makes me sound like a dog. No. What the fuck? Hoping action would compensate for their lack of care. Oh my god. But in reality, you were shrinking to fit into someone else's smallness. Oh my. Wow. This is how self-abandonment manscured is? What the how do you say that? Maniscured?
Masquerades.
Oh, masquerade.
Masquerades. Masquerades. I
Masquerades.
think. Wait, masquerades?
I don't know, but as love. What emotions do you suppress or hide from others because you're afraid you will push people away? This include what you tone down, bottle up, or disguise, especially in close relationships. You know, some few days ago we were talking about stuff, you know, and
We were talking about stuff?
yeah, you remember, like how families can be a bit
Wednesday?
problematic. Was it on Wednesday?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I'm sure our viewers don't recall that.
Yeah, but yeah. Okay, because me and Peter, we were supposed to make a content video out of it, like they're like late night talks, you know, but it turned into a very emotional and garnishing conversation, because like I was supposed to be his
So
therapist.
yeah, it was a beautiful
Okay,
conversation.
yes, it was a very beautiful conversation. I was supposed to be his therapist, but I ended up taking both roles, so that's a bit chaotic. We're not sure if we're supposed to post it though, but yeah.
I told you to post it as unlisted.
Oh yeah, I
And
did.
you didn't even
did.
do that yet.
No, I did.
Oh, you did?
Yes, today early this morning. So, oh.
About time.
Yes. I mean, there are some good clips on it, so hopefully we can use that. But families.
You have not done. It's 2 hours long, Selena. It was 2 hours.
Yes, 2-ish hours, because it has a second video on it, but I don't know if the second one is anything good, but that version of you wasn't too much. It was a symptom of being suppressed, unheard, and emotionally suffocated. Your anger was a protest, your tears were grief, your attitude was armor. Oh, you weren't broken. You were reacting to a world that wasn't safe for your truth. Suppressing that truth only created deeper chaos inside. Oh. Wait, that's funny to, like, wait, that's so funny. That's so funny. My anger was
Why is it funny?
protest. No, it's because it's weird to actually see this. To, like, actually understand.
Do you recognize what it's saying?
Yes.
Does it make sense for you?
It makes so much sense. Your anger was a protest, your tears were grief, your attitude was armor. Like, oh my god. Back then, I had a lot of anger issues, specifically either playing video games, and I would always end up being angry either at my friend if I were to play with them, or like I would put my anger on someone else. And that was such a habit. And in tears, I would always end up crying. Either I'm on my period or that I'm having conflicts with someone. And an attitude was like I would always talk back no matter what on a lot of things. Like mostly like having a different opinion on something and disagree on a lot of things. I was not myself. I don't know what happened to me back then. 2024 or 2023 was just like I was a different breed. I don't know.
That was last year.
That was last year.
Selena, that was yesterday. That was basically yesterday.
Right. No, that's crazy.
Wow.
When you
I'm getting to meet the completely new and completely recreate Selena.
like now that I'm going through this with the ChatGPT, right? It feels like I've actually changed a lot. I feel a completely different person to this day, and now I'm thinking back to all of the different situations that I had with different people and with same people. It made it feel like I was like really a stranger, like talking to my friends, because I kept changing. I wasn't myself.
How do you feel about yourself now?
Like, I mean, I feel happier. Like, there's not a lot of conflicts lately. Like, everything is like at peace, and I feel like I've managed to seek for my peace. Like, I don't want to seek for happiness, because I know happiness comes with sadness, right? And so I've just been like trying to maintain my peace and trying to maintain my comfort in being alone, because if I'm not alone, then I'm not able to be comfortable being by myself or loving myself or getting used to being single and all that stuff, you know? So it's like, it's basically I'm learning every day about myself, and it feels really nice.
That's great to hear. And you sound exactly like the Shaolin monk.
Yes! Oh my god!
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, I didn't realize until now. Oh my god, his words was... oh my god, bro.
You just quoted everything he said.
His words, bro. When I saw his the Insta reel twice or 4 times or something, and it just his words just imprinted in my brain. Like it made me.
He is super cool.
It made me realize so many things that I should have just stood by it for so like from the very beginning. Anyways.
He's a great monk. I think we should link to his that specific reel that you also sent me, so we can share those wise words with the viewers.
Yes,
and
we should.
so they know what we're talking about.
Of course. Okay. I don't know. That version of you, chill and worldly, focused and gentle, yet protective of your own energy. Sounds like someone who's been through the fire and learned to guard their peace. You know, oh my god, you're no longer seeking validation through emotional overexposure. You're learning to tend to yourself first, not from coldness, but from wisdom. Ooh, I like wisdom. You're returning to your essence, but this time with boundaries. Okay, I like that. Okay, last question, number 10. What would it mean to finally stop performing, stop proving, and stop wearing the mask? Even if it means disappointing others or walking away from certain people. What would the cost be, and what would the freedom feel like? Okay, so I wrote, um, it feels like I've managed to find my peace. The more I do something for someone, it feels like a need a need of proving. Chaos will keep drowning me. The more I do something for people, the more they will take advantage of me. What helped me was to walk away, to give up, to look the other way, to see things more in my perspective than for others. I kept neglecting myself, removing myself over what I wanted, and only had to focus on the person that I was with or dated. Okay. You've just spoken your truth, plain and raw. Chaos will keep drowning me the more I perform. What saved me was walking away. I kept neglecting myself to keep others comfortable. This is your turning point. Now I will step into the role of your higher self, the version of you that was always known who you are underneath the pain, the programming, and the performance. Okay, Peter, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Are you?
Yes. Okay, I'm
Are you scared?
I'm a bit scared.
Are you nervous?
I feel like right now the nervousness isn't gonna hit me like later or something. I don't know.
It's gonna hit later.
I think so, but okay. Higher self analyzes. Top negative patterns you've been trapped in. Number 1, self abandonment disguised as loyalty. You give more than you receive, hoping it will make you enough. Instead, it drains and distorts you. Number 2, attracting insecure, controlling partners as a mirror of your early relationship wounds. You believe love meant emotional labor, sacrifice, and dimming your light. Number 3, overpromising and overdoing to feel worthy. You perform worthiness by actions instead of knowing you are enough just by being. Number 4, suppressing emotions, disconnecting from your intuition. While you hide like anger or sadness becomes chaos inside instead of wisdom and power outside. Okay. Top positive patterns to embrace and grow.
Okay.
Number 1, boundaries as sacred protection, not punishment. Your chill, gentle nature flourishes when protected by firm boundaries. Keep choosing your peace. Number 2, selective vulnerability. You don't owe your soul to everyone. Save your softness for those who meet you with safety and respect. Number 3, walking away as an act of self-love. Choosing yourself isn't giving up. It's finally showing up for yourself. Wait, I like this one. No, that's this one. Oh. Number 4, focusing on your needs. Equals returning home to your soul. You've learned to stop pouring into empty cups. Now you're pouring into you. Wait, this one was cute. daily affirmations. Repeat in the mirror plus journal with intention. Okay. Number 1, I no longer prove my worth. I embody it. No, wait, that one's number 1. Okay.
Wow.
And number 2, my boundaries create space for my peace. Number
This is
3.
also a great one.
Oh yeah. Number 3, I am not responsible for healing others at a cost of myself. I feel like crying. Number 4, I am safe
It's okay.
to feel. I am safe to choose myself. Number 5, I release the need to be chosen. I choose myself first. Oh Lord. Action.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Wait, it's more.
What do you think about those?
I like this one. I like all of them. It's very genuine. It just feels like words that I never receive, kind of, throughout these years. Actionable behavior changes. Set emotional boundaries. When someone asks for your energy, ask yourself, do I have the capacity? Is this safe? If not, don't justify, just decline. Weekly check in with your inner self. Each week ask, did I choose myself this week? Where did I perform or overextended?
Overextend?
What do I need now? To cut off all connections that exploit your empathy. If they leave you feeling confused, drained, or guilty for having needs, walk away without apology. Use I statements to express your truth. I feel unsafe when I need time to reflect. I'm not available for the dynamic anymore. Create before you consume. Write, paint, journal, or dance. Any act of self-expression is that reconnects you to your inner world without annoying anyone's influence.
And that's something you're really good at.
Oh yeah, I draw a lot. I guess that's a good.
Do you also dance?
Maybe. Not dance, but like, if like, I don't know, like just like, maybe.
Do you dance, Lena?
No. if it means like hobby, then no. But I can dance, I guess. I don't know. But I do write, and I do paint, and I do journal, and also draw. So that's.
You're just missing the dance part.
Why do I need to dance? Okay, message from.
Okay, this one is interesting.
This one? Oh god. Message from your higher self. Okay. You're not broken because you gave too much. You were just trying to be seen in a world that didn't know how to hold you. But now you see yourself. You are finally returning to you. Not the version twisted by others, projections, but the one who was kind, curious, powerful, and whole from the beginning. You walked through betrayal and abandonment, and still you rise. Softer, smarter, and sacred. I am proud of
Secret.
Secret. I've never. Okay. I think it's happy tears, but I feel very sad because I had to think through the bad moments.
But look at you now. Take a look at you now.
I'm better. I'm a new person.
Are we ready to just switch to me?
I'm ready. Like, are you ready?
You don't need a bit, some time to just
No,
reflect
no. I'll reflect.
on just happened.
Like,
No?
okay, right now, I feel very everything feels a bit blurry, but probably the moment when I'm alone, I think things are gonna be a bit different. I'll reflect, obviously. It's just, maybe not right now. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Okay. Let's begin with the first of 10 reflective questions. I will wait for your answers before moving on to the next one. Okay, reflective question number 1. What parts of yourself do you hide from others and why? Be brutally honest. What do you fear would happen if you let people see this side of you? Honestly, I started being more, I wouldn't use the word careless, but I care less. I'm not totally careless, but I care less about what others think and what I should hide from others. But I guess I still need to answer the question. But okay, so others might get revealed.
Okay, chat. I mean, viewers. In the meantime, while he's typing, how are you guys? How is your little therapeutical life? Like, how do you find joy watching us being brutally crazy about this?
Be brutally honest.
Yeah. Like, do you guys like our podcast? Like, comment down below.
Yeah. Oh shit. Don't mind all the things.
Wow! Oh my god!
Camera. Selena? What are you doing?
Baka! 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 What the fuck? I love these. Holy fuck! Yabai, 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 yabai! No, 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 no! Wait, this one's funny. Oh, this one's good. You know, this is what happens when you get free nitro, bro.
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa. Whoa. Gang gang.
That's crazy. Oh. Ew, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think I'm done. Okay, so my answer is
Uh-oh.
I've started caring less about what others think about me, and I therefore stopped fearing which side of me might get revealed to others to some extent. But in the past, it has, in periods, had control over me. I've been scared to share my opinions, my hobbies, because they're unique and I find them weird. My family history, overall personal things I've been hiding. I avoid talking about myself to hide personal stuff, and I tend to focus on the conversation. I tend to focus the conversation on the other person. ChatGPT, thank you for your openness. This is a powerful step. You have already begun shedding old patterns by caring less about judgment. Your self-awareness shows maturity, and the way you've learned to protect yourself by redirecting attention makes totally sense. Let's keep peeling back the layers. Reflective question number 2. What roles are you currently playing in your life?
Peacemaker, cheer.
Which of these roles feel authentic or which feel I have been how do you say, playing, performing with different roles in different settings and situations. Well, it really depends. Like in the family, rebel, the outsider, peacemaker. I'm actually also peacemaker in the family. The achiever, the caregiver.
You
Friends.
have achieved quite a bit a lot. I feel like in most cases
Achiever.
like traveling.
Achiever is like in social how do you call it, in social
Social gatherings or like social life.
I don't know, achiever. I've also been the outsider, like when I was little kid in school. Outsider.
Damn.
But it's asking, what roles are you currently playing in your life? Currently, I'm just oh no,
Chill guy.
I'm the caregiver.
You're becoming the monk.
Currently, caregiver. Which of these roles feel authentic? Which feels like performances? Okay, so it's basically asking who is the real me? I guess.
What do you feel? What have you been feeling like, Peter, lately?
I don't feel like none of these are the real me. Wait, hold up.
Remove
Who
them.
am I?
Like, okay, don't think of what the ChatGPT is giving you an example. Just think what you've come to first in mind.
But it's asking like, which roles have I been playing? I have been playing these. These are like when I perform. Okay, so this is when I'm performing, right? I need to write when I'm not performing. When not performing, who am I? I don't know. I guess I'm outsider. I don't know. Just being myself, for myself, not
But
for anybody else.
How is being yourself an
Isn't
outsider?
that being an outsider?
No.
Is that not an outsider?
No?
What is that called, Selena? What is it called?
What's called what?
What should I call myself when I'm
Like
to not play these roles, to be just to chill? I don't know.
Ordinary guy? Is that what?
Not completely careless, but careless. Opinions. Chill.
Just send it. Send it.
Yeah. Genuine. These are like also. Wait.
They are just because from the past, like the roles that you've played.
Okay, let's see what. This is honest and revealing. You have played many roles, each likely born out of survival, habit, or love. And that ordinary guy underneath, the chill and genuine one, is important. He's closer to your truth than the others. Let's go deeper. Reflective question 3. Which core beliefs about yourself or the world do you suspect might not be true, but you still live as if they are? These could sound like, I'm not enough, I must prove myself, people will leave, the world is dangerous. Oh yeah. I have a strong belief that the world is super, super dangerous.
Okay, but what makes you think that though? Oh, okay, you're writing it. Okay.
Huh? You thought I was kidding?
No, because like, can you tell our viewers?
Alright, so I don't actually have.
Like, do you really?
I believe I have to
Mhm.
achieve something, or at least I need to have ambitions in life. Not necessarily reach a certain goal, but I need, like, having ambitions in itself is a goal, right? I need to work towards something. I need to create my own meaning in life. But I don't have those, like, okay, I'm not enough, I must prove myself. I guess it's just a way to
You want to build meaning.
to create meaning in a dangerous world that otherwise would be completely meaningless. I think it's more about that. Okay, so how do I phrase this? I have a strong core belief that the world is super dangerous. I don't really have beliefs about being to prove myself, um, being enough, but instead about having ambitions in life and reach something and find and create meaning in a dangerous world that otherwise would be meaningless. Is that it? I think that's it. That's a profound realization. The belief in a dangerous world shapes your inner and outer life, from how much you trust to how much you risk. The belief that you must create meaning in a meaningless world is both empowering and heavy. Let's keep peeling. Reflective question 4. When do you feel most disconnected from yourself? Describe the situations, people, or inner states that cause this disconnection. When do I feel disconnected from yourself? I don't even know who I am.
You don't know who you are?
How do I answer this?
Who are you?
No, I don't.
Wait, do you actually question yourself that?
Yeah. You don't?
Not really.
Have you ever thought about it? Like really, who are you really? Not talking about. If you don't talk about looks or about personal traits, things that change practically all the time. Something that could theoretically change all the time. What is left of ourselves?
I think it's more so the reason why it changes is because how we live it. Maybe that's why.
How we live life?
Yeah, how we navigate life.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Because whatever we do, it'll
we change.
Define what we choose.
Right? But then what's left of ourselves? If everything changes all the time.
Well, do you want change?
When do you feel disconnected from us?
Do you want change? Do you like to change?
Do I want change? I mean, without change, there's no growth, right? There's no reaching a goal. There's no ambition in, what is it called? Stagnation, when you're not experiencing change. So I guess it's needed. It's very much needed. But when do I feel most disconnected from myself? That's such a difficult question. I'm going to be honest and say that I don't know who I am. But it's this. That's a beautifully nuanced answer. You understand the self as impermanent, rare, and a wise perspective, but even within that truth, there's a longing under the surface, a subtle grief for past versions of you, and perhaps a quiet question of who you are right now. Let's explore further. Question 5. What emotions do you suppress or avoid? And how do you typically suppress or avoid them? Think about anger, grief, jealousy, desire, fear. Hmm. How to suppress my emotions?
I've never,
I don't really.
I've never seen you being jealous or feared about something. But I know you don't show
What do you
it.
mean? I expressed fear just before.
Have you? Wait, when?
Actually, I do experience these things. I guess I'm just very good at suppressing them or hiding them. I feel strong anger.
Oh.
Not right now. I mean,
Oh.
grief. I can also be very jealous
Hmm.
and desire and fear also.
I mean, those are normal. Those are normal.
Yeah, it's totally normal. But you say that you never see me
You don't show.
express.
You don't express much of your emotions aside from just being happy. I feel like that's the start of a specific mask that you always like put up to for other people to see that side, especially innocence. Like to be innocent and stuff. Like that's one thing. Or like
I mean, the past, like in 2025, like most of the time, I've been happy, and that's something new. I was I must add. So you don't think that I've just been happy my whole life, because I haven't. It's something new that I started experiencing in this, like specifically in this year, from the start of this year. Like everything just changed. Like everything in my life right now is just going as it should. I'm very satisfied with everything that happens, and I just, yeah, maybe that's why you see me so happy. Like at least right now. Like who knows when that will change and how that will look like. But I'm very grateful for whatever things I'm experiencing, or have been experiencing starting from this year. But yeah, as I said, these feelings, what do you suppress or avoid? Okay, I'm gonna answer now. This here. I haven't really experienced. And how do you typically suppress or avoid them? I avoid them by not feeling them. I don't show them. I keep everything in my head.
Yeah, you just suppress your emotions.
Some people might not even notice. Others will see me go. I don't know, quiet? I don't know what to call it. See me go quiet. Notice that I don't have any reactions.
I feel like the one thing people are very used to with you, Peter, is that you're there. And then people will easily learn to include you in a certain aspect of situations. That's what I've noticed.
What do you mean? Include me in what?
Like in friend groups and stuff. When it comes to socializing and certain gatherings and stuff.
I'm always there. Like as in I'm always there for others, or I'm always there like physically.
Physically, like just like hang out and stuff. I don't No,
Hmm.
I don't know.
And that's this is just something you've noticed.
Yeah, but you don't. Yeah, you're quite of a quiet person, but it's easy to like include you because you. I don't know. You're just there. I guess.
I'm just there.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
At least you get included. Okay. That quiet withdrawal is your armor. Silence as a shield. Here we go into war, Selena. You've learned to carry storms inside rather than express them. That's both a strength and a weight. And it sounds like you have developed a deep inner world where a lot happens beneath the surface. You're ready to go deeper still. Reflective question 6. What are you most afraid people might think about you if they saw you unfiltered and unmasked? What's the judgment you fear the most? Um,
Yeah, do people judge you, Peter?
no. Selena, I don't know. What am I afraid that people will think about me?
Like the thing.
That, um,
Are you afraid that people would think that you're not a good enough person to be around? That could be something.
yeah, that's actually okay. I would fear that people. Well,
Like people wouldn't
hmm,
treat you genuinely as you expect.
if people said, that Peter, he only, oh, oh, this one, okay, he's being nice to take advantage of other people. He just does it for his own gain,
Oh,
something like that. You
oh
know,
shit.
Peter's, he's actually being an evil. I don't know. I don't know because to some extent, I do take advantage of me, like, of all my personality traits.
Hmm.
Like, I am well aware of the person I am and um, what things I get from that.
Hmm.
So to some extent, people are right, but just it goes against my um, morals to act like that. So obviously, I wouldn't want people to think that about me. Is that a good answer?
It is. You could write that.
What are you most afraid of? Um, we actually have talked about this a lot.
It's like it could almost be like a pet peeve, like a weird habit in a way. Oh, we should do our pet peeves, Peter, in a different podcast.
What is that?
Pet peeves like habits that we pick up and we do them by accident. It can be a negative thing. Actually, let me find a definition of it. Pet peeve. It's something that a particular person finds especially annoying.
And
So it's like if you did something annoying to me, that's a pet peeve, you know? Or like a small little habit people find in others that is annoying to them.
that's an honest confrontation with your shadow. The fear of being seen as a manipulative or self serving, even when your intentions aim higher. You long to be genuinely altruistic, but also recognize the strategic parts of yourself. This self reflection is courageous. You are not alone in this tension. Many deeply good people wrestle with it. Let's continue. Reflective question 7. When and where in your life do you feel most like your true self? What are you doing? Who are you with? How do you feel in your body and mind in those moments? Mm. When and where in your life do you feel most like your true self? Um, I think when I'm in a flow state, when I'm totally focused on something that I like to do, that I enjoy doing, when I don't care about time, about what other people think or say, that's when I feel like my true self. Because then I'm just focusing on being in the now, on whatever I'm doing. And it could be anything, be any of my hobbies, of things I enjoy doing. Just as long as I get into the flow state, being in the here and now, and don't care about
You
what's
just
happening around me.
you just want to live in a moment and forget.
I'm just enjoying the moment.
Yeah.
When that's your truth. When time dissolves and you return to your presence. That's where your authentic self lives, not in how others see you, but in how you experience being alive. Your flow is your compass,
Compass.
renewing clarity. Compass. Reflective question 8. What do you feel most called to do or become in this life? And what's holding you back from fully stepping into that path? Answer from your intuition, not logic.
Oh, let the deeper voice
What do you
speak.
feel most called to
Let your inner
do
dog
or
out,
become?
Peter. I'm sorry. Oh my god. You want to be. Oh, oh. Yo. Hey.
What do you think it's gonna respond if I send this?
Wait, do it? Wait,
No,
wait.
I don't want to do it. I answered 7 questions to get to this point. I'm not gonna ruin
No, what do you
my
mean?
message for my
It
higher self.
said, let your deeper voice speak. Does it not?
Yeah, it didn't say unleash your inner dog.
Yeah, but.
That's something totally different, Selena.
Oh my god. Oh my
That's
god.
something different. That's something you would have written.
I would not. I haven't even written that. Maybe one day, but.
I think being present. I think being present and enjoying each moment, and I mean each and every moment that I live, like every second. I want to enjoy every second of my life. I want to make it meaningful, you know, not just go through it, not just go through it and hoping that something else will come. I don't want to wait for anything. I want to live now. You know what I mean? I just want to enjoy the present, the here and now, not hope for anything, because everything I need is right here. Doesn't that sound fantastic? To me, it sounds like the most incredible life to be able to do that. What's holding me back from fully stepping into that path? Well, technically, nothing. Technically, nothing is holding me back. So why don't I just start now?
Send it.
That's a breakthrough.
Oh.
The truth is, you've already touched the state you seek. You just haven't claimed it fully yet. That everything is right here is a sacred truth, and you feel it. Now we just need to clear the subtle blocks that keep you hovering near it instead of embodying it. Reflective question 9. What are you still trying to prove and to whom? Even if part of you believes you're done proving things, dig into any lingering traces. Who needs to see you are enough? I guess I want to prove to everyone. Still want. Something. Want. Okay, for some reason. Oh yeah, wait, I need to talk to you. When you're not saying anything.
Huh? Sorry. Like, what do you... Why do you want to keep proving people something? Like...
For some reason, I have a ambition, a desire, I want to call it a desire to really express how much this fire burns within me. Like, I want to reach the top
Yeah, but that
in
doesn't...
anything. Like,
But you don't need to prove someone in order to do that. You can just walk your path towards that. You know what I mean? You can,
yeah, right.
You can
But
build...
isn't it also like part of proving to others? Like,
Yeah, but why? Why do you...
like, it's also like in some way wanting to be the best. You know, wanting to show that you are something, that you
But...
are capable of
Yeah, but
doing great things.
Doesn't that sound like you're gonna feed your ego?
Right? It's it's purely ego, or is it? Like,
Yeah, it is. Like,
to some extent, it is ego feeding, but I
like,
guess ego feeding
why...
alone is not enough to drive me towards reaching those desires or goals or whatever.
Like, when you're doing things, you don't have to prove someone. Like, you gotta do something to prove yourself, Peter. That's the whole point. You're doing something for yourself.
Okay, so when it asks to whom, I can say that it's for myself.
Yes. Like, you're showing yourself that you're capable of doing a lot. That's why you want to keep proving it. Because if you prove something for someone else, you're not getting anything out of it. It's either they're gonna judge
Right.
you.
I mean, I totally agree, but I'm just wondering, why do I have this desire to end up among the best? I want to reach the top, and yeah, basically the top of society. Like, I want to be able to rule. I want to have power.
No.
I know it sounds crazy, but
No, that's okay. Everyone wants
I've
power. It's just sometimes depending on how.
No, I'm talking about Donald Trump power.
Oh, okay. You want that type of power? What the fuck?
I'm not seeking to be the president of the US, but I want to have impact on society.
Wait, you want to be
Let's
like
just say it
Donald
like that.
Trump, the psychotic old man?
No. I'm talking about having impact, being able to influence the society we live in.
Maybe that's why we made this podcast. For that.
Oh yeah, the Chafusa Empire.
That could be like a meaning behind that or something. I don't know. So chat, or I mean viewers, can we get a subscribe? You know, can we get a like? Can you comment meow if you comment comment meow as you've subscribed and liked for our channel. And maybe share our content if you enjoy it. You can give it a bit of that spark to your friends or family. Okay, maybe not family members, but like maybe your friends, like people that would find this podcast interesting, because we show very raw sides. So we're already at question 10.
Yeah.
What the hell? Wait, this was fast.
Selena,
Yes.
this is a sacred drive. The desire to become and build. It's noble, but the deeper question is, can greatness come from presence and not pressure? You are learning to let ambition flow from wholeness rather than lack. One last mirror. Reflective question 10. If you completely let go of fear, shame, and attachment, who would you be? Describe this version of yourself. I would be completely careless. I would do whatever, like, I feel like. Okay, wait. Who would I be?
You would
I would
not
just-
be Peter. You would be the different Peter, the new version type of Peter, the Peter that wouldn't use tools.
Just be chill. Or just enjoy the moment. Just being,
Exactly.
maybe even like just being an ordinary guy who just
You would be a
enjoys
monk.
making podcasts.
You would be a monk.
Would I be a monk?
Oh my god, I make
I'll be the
podcasts
Shaolin.
with a monk.
I'll be
Wait, what the
like the Shaolin monk.
Shaolin Bao.
I'll make like Instagram reels talking about like, I'm not
Shaolin
seeking
Bao.
for happiness. I want to keep my own peace. Something like that.
Oh hell yeah.
Isn't that cool?
I love that guy.
I would be able to perform with Shaolin Kung Fu. I would be the Dragon Warrior.
Write that down.
Hmm. Um,
Ordinary.
in their praises.
Okay, wait. What
Enjoy
do we
and be one.
nice.
Thank you. You have now completed all 10 questions, and what you've revealed is profound. Are we ready for this?
Oh hell yeah. Okay.
Okay. Stepping into the role of your higher self. The top negative patterns to release. Number 1. Internalized distrust of the world. You've been living with a subtle belief that the world is dangerous, which keeps you from surrendering fully to life and connection. Number 2. Emotional containment. You've learned to suppress emotions to protect yourself, which dulls your authenticity and deprives others of your full presence. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, number 3. Shadow of manipulation fear. You fear being seen as disingenuous, which ironically creates tension around showing your true intentions. What does that mean?
You fear being
seen as
disingenuous,
disingenuous.
which ironically creates tension around showing your true intention. Why is this such a Oxford language, bro? What the hell? I've never heard of that word.
What happened? Can't you just like use,
Let me translate.
normal words? Yes, please. And meanwhile, I will read number 4. Subtle identity diffusion. Your fluid view of self is wise, but it can also be a veil that hides your desire to embody rather than just observe.
Okay, wait. Before you read any further, the word disingenuous or whatever is. Wait, let me hear what it's.
Disingenuous.
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 No, disingenuous. Not candid or sincere, typically by pretending that one knows less about something than one really does.
Oh, disingenuous. Ah,
Like you're not being true to yourself, I guess, or to others.
yeah, I fear being seen as disingenuous, which ironically creates tension around showing your true intentions. So it's kind of like a um, self-proving prophecy. Is that what you call it? Whatever. Top positive patterns to embrace and expand. Number one, authenticity emerging. You're caring less about others' judgment and getting closer to your natural, effortless self. Sounds great. Two, flow as a compass, right? You've discovered that your
Compass.
truest self lives in the present. In moments of enjoyment and flow, this is sacred. Number three, altruistic vision. Your desire to act for others, build meaningful things, and uplift the world is not ego driven, it's your deeper mission. Number four, self honesty. You've shown exceptional honesty, clarity, and self awareness. That alone sets you apart and propels
Yeah, propels.
daily affirmation. Propels. Repeat these with intention. I am safe in this world, and I trust life to hold me. My presence is enough. I do not need to prove, only to be. These are great.
Very good.
My emotions are welcome here. They reveal my truth. Mhm. I live in alignment with my joy, not the expectations of others. Wow, this one is so good. Each breath brings me home to myself.
Each
That is so like beautifully phrased. Like each breath brings me home to myself. That's so beautiful. Okay. Actionable steps to embody your authentic self. Number one, practice embodied presence. Each day, take 10-15 minutes to simply be. No phone, no task, no performance, just exist and observe. That sounds like meditation. Number two, express instead of suppress. Start naming your emotions out loud. Oh, to yourself or someone trusted?
Uh-oh.
Do you want to be that person?
Oh, sure, I'm down.
No?
I'm sure I'm down.
Okay.
What?
It sounded like you said,
I said I'm
Okay.
down. Bro.
Give voice to the quiet storms. You know, that's what I tried to do last time. If you can, if you do remember that
Last time? What did you do last time?
late night talk, therapy session.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
remember what you talked about. No, we're not gonna mention it though. Anyways,
Okay, number three, altruism through joy. Let your contributions
contributions. Yep.
to the world be born from inspiration, not obligation. Great, share, lead from your flow state. Yeah, that sounds great. Reclaim the ordinary you. Journal, speak about your ordinary guy persona often. Build your life around him, not the performer.
Hmm.
Test safety. Regularly expose yourself to harmless dangers, vulnerability, new connections, emotional openness, to soften the belief that the world is threatening. Okay. Oh, ready to read the message from my higher self?
You can do it, Peter. You got this.
It's so short. You have already begun. You're not broken, and you never were. Your softness is not weakness, it's wisdom. The world is not here to hurt you, but to meet you. You're no longer a performance, you are a presence. And your presence changes lives, not through effort, but through truth. Now go live like it's all already yours, because it is.
you feel anything to the message?
I feel like it's encouraging.
It's encouraging, right? Or-
Yeah, it is. Like, now go live like it's all already yours. Because it is.
Have you ever felt like you were being controlled?
Yeah.
And
Um,
how was that?
How's that?
Mm.
Felt like shit.
Oh.
Oh, like I hate. Okay, obviously, I guess this is something that I share with most people. I hate the feeling of being controlled. I hate the idea of being controlled. I guess that's very common. Being controlled, like sometimes it's difficult to recognize or to how do you describe it? Like to like to see that you are being controlled. You're basically getting tricked.
To not have your own will.
You're getting manipulated, right? You get manipulated, and some people are really good at that. Sometimes you don't even notice it's happening.
Unless you're
But,
able to read the person. But
Right,
I think it
right.
depends.
But you need the experiences. You need to have gone through something to be able to, or I don't know if you have some kind of talent to read others,
Yeah,
but
I don't think it's
you need
talent.
some kind
That's
of
for sure.
experience, right?
Experiences for sure.
You got to go through it, and then you have experience, and you are able to look through other people's shit.
Well,
What about you? How
What about me?
actually, what do you think about the things that I got, the questions or the answers, both questions and answers that I got, and the message from my higher self? Is this something that is useful to you, or is it just completely strange or different from your world?
It's a bit different. Very different because I didn't feel anything to them. It didn't really like resonate.
Hmm.
So because like I never felt like in a way disconnected from the world or not feeling
Not
safe
to yourself.
in the surroundings or the present. I don't know. It's interesting to just see the differences. Specifically,
They are
because
they're very different.
because I mostly pasted on more of like love issues, and you were to be more specific about like life overall.
Yeah, mine is more like existential, like the meaning of life and seeking, building meaning. It's because you start off with the first question, and if your first answer, like your first reply, is about love, it will just start continuing, right?
Just about that specific.
And I started with talking about okay, I talked about like hiding my opinions, my hobbies.
Like you were very closed off.
This is interesting how
It's too fascinating. I thought it would be a bit more gore, like or something. I don't know. I don't know.
But we can both agree that you were saying
No, what? I didn't say anything. Go on.
I just wanted to say we can probably both agree that that these messages, daily affirmations, they're quite useful, right?
Yeah, it is.
This is something that we can like individually, that we can use to grow, to
Yeah, to
return to ourselves, or just to reflect and become
Or better.
the ideal, better version, of ourselves.
I like that.
And this is great.
That's fun. God damn. Nah, this was